Some people move on, but not us. Not us.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Avengers Endgame. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications on to never miss any of the videos. So we are currently doing a giveaway for Captain Marvel ticket. All you gotta do is simply follow me on Instagram at Warstu and message me to let me know you have done so. We do pretty cool live streams on there, or at least I think it's pretty cool. So Endgame is getting closer and closer and closer and closer every single day of the week, obviously. And Captain Marvel comes out in 3 weeks, which is going to be insane. Based on the comments from yesterday's videos, a lot of people are triggered by what Brie Larson has said in real life. But obviously, if you want to watch Endgame properly, you have to go and watch Captain Marvel to understand everything fully. So a quite common theory about Tony Stark and Thanos' connection has re-emerged again. Obviously there was a lot of talk about this. We spoke about it multiple times on channel and on live streams about the connection of how Thanos or Thanos knows who Tony Stark is. So according to a new theory, the line that seems to be a simple throwaway line, you know, the line when Thanos said to Tony Stark, "You're not the only one cursed with knowledge," actually hints towards a deeper connection between the two characters. Are they related? Is Thanos Tony Stark's father? Are they brothers? Are they sisters? Are they cousins? Probably none of them actually, but you know what the internet's like. So a theory says that Thanos also must have had visions of his own planet destruction before it happened. So a new theory emerged about Endgame. So let's go over it. So we know it's a line, "You're not the only one cursed with knowledge," was a simple throwaway line in Avengers Infinity War. The Mad Titan uttered the dialogue during a fight before he was about to kill him, and then Doctor Strange saved his life by giving him that trusty time stone. So in that scene, Stark was surprised that Thanos knew his name, even though they'd never met before. But we know this is because Tony Stark stopped the attack in New York. Obviously the T'Challa Loki attack. Tony Stark and the Avengers stopped it, but for some reason it's like Tony stopped it, and really it was the whole Avengers. So Thanos fears Tony Stark, doesn't fear any of the other Avengers. Thanos fears him. Why? Because he's aware of him. He knows how clever he is, and he can't predict what he's willing to do or what he could do to stop Thanos. And that makes Tony Stark a very strong character to come up against. Thanos even made him bleed. I know Thanos said all that for a drop of blood, but did anyone else make him bleed? No, but Thor did damage him with the mighty power of Stormbreaker. So Stark had a vision of death and destruction in Age of Ultron, presumably before and after too, but the threat he sensed coming to Earth did not materialize in his mind in the form of Thanos, though he did know it came from outer space. Thanos knew who exactly Stark was. So I will leave the theory down below. Yes guys, it's a Reddit one. You know how much we love the Reddit theories. So a user called Burhouse3 on Reddit said this: Thanos already must have had visions of his planet destruction before it actually happened. The user says in Infinity War, and Thanos tells Stark he's not the only one cursed with knowledge, most people argue he's speaking to Stark having seen visions of the future. But this sentence also means that Thanos is having similar visions, which makes Thanos is a singular focus on his goal of the decimation and will stop at nothing to make it reality. This mirrors Stark seamlessly, which led to Ultron. Remember, before leading a planet hoping genocide army, Thanos attempted to save his own planet due to the visions he saw of it being in ruins, but was unable to ultimately save his planet. The rule of ignored prophet is the one that Tony Stark is too familiar with. Who sends these visions to Tony and Thanos? Somebody through the quantum realm, like Janet sent to Scott Lang in Ant-Man and the Wasp. It seems a higher being is involved. The user further adds that Thor also had visions of the Infinity Stones in Age of Ultron what he did. And the next bit is really fascinating. People also forget Stark and Thanos aren't the only two people cursed with knowledge. Thor had similar visions of the Infinity Stone in A2, which I presume he means Avengers 2. There is also a prophecy of Ragnarok itself, which is likely a vision as well. Maybe it was Odin's vision, and it was compelled him to conquer the 9 realms. And he realized that Hela was actually the hell bringer of Ragnarok, not the savior of it. Ego also alluded to similar visions of him seeding the entire universe from eternity. Yeah, you see what we did there? So the user opposes 2 cosmic forces might already be involved. Eternity, death, or Master, Order, Lord, Chaos might be manipulating Tony and Thanos for their own purposes. Note, they are actual characters in the Marvel comics and may crop up one day in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Will any of these characters pop up in Avengers Endgame? So this is pretty interesting because the fact that we are getting the quantum realm does give Marvel a lot of new characters to play with, and obviously the Fox and Disney acquisition is going to be closed pretty soon. So it is really something to think about, because if they've both had similar visions, where are the visions coming from? Although it does look like when Tony had his visions, it looked like Scarlet Witch was giving him the visions, but I don't really think it was as simple as that. Because obviously Tony Stark's been having visions of this since it happened back in the first Avengers movie. And he was like, yeah, it's Thanos, it's Thanos. But Thanos didn't give him these visions. So it's a very interesting and compelling story to say, yo, is Thanos and Tony Stark really being driven to do one thing, one goal? Obviously, Tony Stark's vision is to kind of stop the decimation of all of the Avengers in the whole world. And Thanos' vision was that his world, his planet, was going to be destroyed. But where did these visions come from? It's very clever that this Reddit user is pulling in what Janet Van Dyne could do in the quantum realm when she sent messages from inside the quantum realm to Scott Lang. I do think there is a universal parallel between the two, and I think it is something that could be explored. No, I don't think the connection between Tony Stark and Thanos is they are brothers, because that would be absolutely ridiculous. They're not brothers. Obviously, Thanos is the Mad Titan. He's a kind of cosmic, well, not cosmic. He's a kind of celestial, kind of. It's kind of hard to explain exactly what he is, and I know someone in the comment sections is going to be like, yo, Warstu doesn't even know what Thanos is. But Thanos in the MCU is not the same as Thanos in the Marvel comic. Obviously, we know Thanos is going to be part of the Eternal storyline, so technically he's Eternal, bro. Yes, we know that. But to say Tony Stark is related to Thanos is pretty deep cut. It's a deep cut, like a deep cut movie. But it's a very interesting, compelling story. Where are these visions coming from? Have they already secretly hinted at someone like Eternity or the Master or the Lord of Chaos manipulating Tony Stark and Thanos for their own purposes? It's really cool storyline. If it turns out to be the reason Thanos wanted to snap half the universe is because someone else sent a vision to his mind, and it all could be linked to the Mind Stone. You don't know that, but probably not, because that just wouldn't make much sense in some kind of sense, I guess what you could say. It wouldn't make much sense if it came back to Mind Stone was doing all this, because that would be a massive cop-out. Obviously, not all the Avengers storyline and Marvel movies are amazing, so you got to think some of the storylines are very, very weak. But if someone was really sending messages out to both of them, that would be pretty cool. So hopefully this has explained their connection is deeper than most people actually thought. Because I do think everyone's saying, yeah, he knew who Tony Stark was because of the whole T'Challa New York scene, like Tony Stark saved the day in New York. No, I honestly think that's the cop-outs. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. I will leave the link down below so you can read what the Redditor did say. Pretty cool theory, which sounds pretty cool. And if you do want to follow me on Instagram, just hit me up at Warstu, and on Twitter at Warstu, and on Twitch at Warstu. Haven't streamed much recently, but I do intend to start streaming on Twitch very soon. Like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. Hit that bell button, because YouTube doesn't even send notifications out, even if you're subscribed to someone, which doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will catch you in that next video very soon. Catch ya later.